topic today is related how to find happiness, okay, through the postgraduate journey. So this is I saw that this topic is quite interesting and then relevant with us, especially during this pandemic COVID-19. Perhaps a lot of people out there influence this situation, in terms of their mental state, emotion state, and so on. So that's why today this topic I think is quite relevant for us to discuss. Even though that this topic is quite in general, we can see that it's quite easy compared to our data analysis, statistics, and so on. That usually we need to learn the skill and so on. But happiness is something that happen in our everyday life. So first thing that we need to revise before we do something duty, including you study or anything, in your life, we must state in our internal intention, internal intention. So that's why, this is the first thing that we need to remind ourselves, including me, what is our intention today, to follow this webinar organized by the PGSS. That is the most important thing. This is the power of question. When you ask within yourself this question, actually, a lot of things will happen throughout your body. Because not only the language that we communicate, when we say something that we put in our intention, our internal, and then we said it, we feel it, inshallah, all the biochemical in our body, all the hormone, and also the biochemical, the transmitter in our brain will communicate each other in order to energize our body, actually. Our life is a PhD student, actually, our happiness, one of the factor that contribute to our happiness is our supervisor. If you have a very good mentor, a good supervisor, inshallah, you can feel that, you get the, the supportive, from our supervisor, then we can feel that even though in our difficulties time, we still can feel the happiness in our life. So that's why during your PhD or master journey in UTM or in any way, so we must keep in touch regularly with our supervisor, no matter what. So that is one of the important things that you need to remember during your postgraduate journey. Most important thing is we understand that our life, sometimes is has many ways of testing a person will. So life is a test, so ujian. So that is the concept of life that we need to understand. Either by having nothing happen at all or by having everything happen all at once. So this is the principle of life that we need to understand, that not everything will go well for us. Sometimes we get difficulties, we get a lot of things that we can is a lesson. It's a lesson for our life, for the improvement. So that this is one of the surah from Quran, Surah Al-Insyirah, the verse 5 to 8. So I take this word, is my principle, is I belief system. When I got anything difficulties in life, so we remember that we rely with every difficulty there is relief. We rely with every difficulty there is relief. So once you have fulfilled your duty, strive in devotion. So when you have finished your duties, then stand up for worship, in turning to your Lord alone with hope. So Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, our Lord, will help us. Anything happen in our life actually is to make us more strong, to face all the obstacle in our life. So this is the overview of life. So to be happy, so we need to accept either the good things or the bad things in our life. But at the end of the day, actually, we can feel the the lesson from all those things that we experience. Okay, so that is the overview of our life. So meaning that even though that it's a human being, we try to get the best, the good thing in our life, but sometimes we cannot control it. That is takdir from Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala that we need to accept. But remember, it's mentioned in this surah Al-Insyirah, okay? With every difficulty, there is a relief. So during my PhD journey, I take this surah is my belief system that everything happen in our life, okay, even though it's a good thing or bad thing. So we, at the end of the tunnel, we can get the light. At the end of the tunnel, okay, so we can get the light. So that is the things, okay, that throughout our journey. Because being a postgraduate student actually is not just to get your degree, your certificate, but beside that, the most important thing actually, you will learn a lot related to life skill. Okay, like actually the PhD is just a small thing that we get throughout our journey. The big thing actually is about our life skill that we learn, how we discipline ourselves, how we manage our time, okay, especially if you already have a family, how to balance work and life, okay, and so on. So all these things actually will provide us with, with a strength that at the end of the day, we can feel it, okay, that this journey we learn not only for PhD, but also for the another things, okay, that we can use, okay, for our life in the future. But happiness doesn't come easy actually, okay. So because in our, it's a human being, the true nature is a human being, we have our own emotion. Okay, so this is from the psychological perspective. I talk about emotion. So emotion is something that related to our feelings and connection with the our thinking, our thoughts, okay, our thinking. So this combination between our feeling and our thinking system will lead to our action. Okay, so that is the component of emotion, the true, the true of the human nature. Okay, that is the things. So that's why we have these two types of emotion, negative emotion and also the positive emotion. And in fact, in our brain, in the limbic system, if you heard about the limbic system in our brain stem, we have one part in our brain, we call that is amygdala. Amygdala. If you, okay, in the biological perspective, the brain anatomy, in fact, okay, our God already provide one point in our brain, we call that is amygdala, is the center, okay, to manage our emotion, okay, either positive or negative. But both of these emotion actually, they have their own roles in our life. For example, the negative emotion. So basically, this negative emotion from biological perspective is important for survival actually. So for example, fear. So you try imagine if you didn't have this negative emotion, the fear, when you saw the animal, the dangerous animal like tiger, snake, maybe you not fear, then you not protect yourself from this animal. So I give example in your situation is a postgraduate student, for example. So most students actually they face anxiety. So this anxiety actually is not or is a normal. Okay, anxiety is a normal. It's a normal because when we have this anxiety actually, what happened? We will more motivated, okay, to to survive in that particular things that lead to our anxiety. So in that sense, after when we feel this anxiety, so we are motivated to do something. So that's why I call that is survival. Do something in terms of our progress. Maybe after, before this, you have you know, very difficult for you to start writing. Okay, but because of your anxiety, okay, you become more you know, creative. Okay, you become more use your effort to find journal articles, okay, that can help you to start your writing. But you imagine if you not have this kind of anxiety, you just relax, you just calm, what happened? So you are not motivated to do anything. But if that anxiety become more high prevalence, for example, it is continuous until we cannot sleep and so on for long times, in psychology assessment, around 2 weeks, that one become is a disorder. Okay, anxiety disorder. Okay, in terms of positive emotion, okay, so we also can feel our positive emotion, but is a human being, basically, most of the human usually they tend to think the negative first, actually. That is in psychological perspective. So tend to think the negative, but they forget about the positive emotion, okay, that need to be exercised, because this positive emotion also is already inside within our self. So this one is important for our growth. So this is the you know, the highest level of our state of emotion. If we can maintain our positive emotion, okay, in our whatever situation that we face, but we still can maintain our this enjoyment, okay, our pleasure, okay, during our study. But this is not okay, just simple that is we said, but we need to have our supporting environment, friend that can support. Is one of our participants just now about if you have a very good friend, positive, you know, peers group, okay, inshallah you can get that kind of positive emotion. So that's why if you want to choose a friend, so choose the positive minded, the positive okay, people, person. Avoid the toxic person, because that things will you know, influence our aura, our energy, okay, of the emotional state. Okay, I one formula of our life actually I draw here. Okay, basically is combination between this environment events with our reaction. R is our emotion, and reaction is come from our emotion, and then equal to outcome. This outcome either positive or negative. So meaning that based on this formula, okay, it is depends on our emotion reaction, how to react with our environment or event that happen in our life. So this actually sometimes it's difficult for us to change this one, because this is we can okay, this is a takdir, in another word, yeah, takdir. Okay, we cannot control, we cannot change, but what we can change is ourselves. This reaction, our emotion, how to face this kind of event or environment. Let's say like my example in the beginning that I gave example, my friend have a very unsupportive supervisor, and sometimes give a very negative comments on her writing in, you know, until the submission of the thesis, still give the negative things. So we cannot change, because that one is the another people attitude, our supervisor attitude. But what we can change is our emotion. So try to maintain it for more survival and for more growth, okay, for our life. So this is okay, the outcome in our life actually is depends on our choice. Okay, so if you choose to be, you know, have a good reaction toward this environment, so we can change it to be a positive way. So, for example, during this pandemic COVID-19, when this you know, pandemic COVID-19 comes, okay, comes to us, around the world, not only in Malaysia, but around the world. Okay, so we cannot change that happened because it's already happened. That is our environment. But what we can change is to adjust our life, adjust our reaction. So nowadays, we try to adjust, try to, to adopt and adapt with the new norms. And then we try to think positive that this is only temporary. So we more optimistic with our life. So the outcome will be different. Okay. And so what actually happiness? So what do you understand about these two terms, happiness and hedonism? The true definition of happiness, if we are being happy, when we see other people happy, we also happy. If we are happy, then we want to make another people happy. But hedonism is only behaving for their own, to get pleasure for their own self. And happy life is taking, and meaningful life is giving. So you can see, okay, meaningful life when we give to the another people. So that is the meaningful life. But happy life when we taking, meaning that we get what we want. But meaningful life when we give. So these different things. But when we have a meaningful life, indirectly we have a happiness. And then the level is quite very high compared to just we have happy life by taking, meaning that we only get what we want, menerima. Okay. So what we can change, basically, okay, this is from okay, positive psychology perspective, that happiness is a disposition. Disposition meaning that is our trait, trait related to trait. So even though that basically is influenced by 50% of genetic, but still under on control around 40%. So meaning that we can control, okay, what we want in our life, and plus with the spirituality in our religion, okay, that help us to find the true meaning of our life, why we are here in this world. This is the the things that can be used to improve our happiness. Okay, so the first one we practice. Okay, we practice. We need to practice in our life. The journal. I did this in my during my study until now. Okay, I did this journal about the acts of kindness for week. Okay, so and then the gratitude journal. Okay, gratitude letter that can remind us always that actually our life is very grateful that Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, our God, can provide us, and then connect with others. Okay, this is a relationship with others. Okay, and then discover our strength and put energy into increasing our strength. So this is just a brief tips that we can do. Okay, once day per week, do 5 acts of kindness. Okay, so we practice because giving is more meaningful in our life, and also improve improve happiness. So that's why we need to do more exercise. Okay, beside you study, so you also need to do meditation. Okay, savoring living the moment. Sleep, enough sleep, and also the omega-3, for example. Okay, and okay, also this thing, and not forget about our spiritual thing also, the submission to our main the creator, Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, our God. So that is our spiritual things, okay, that we need to okay, one of the important element to improve our happiness. And remember that happiness is a way of travel, not a destination. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, okay, so it's our life is okay, is a journey and full of testing that can we can use as a lesson for us to improve and also to be okay, the good person in this world actually. Okay, and patience is the key to happiness. Be patient, and then don't until frustration lead to procrastination. So this is the dangerous always happen among the postgraduate student. Okay, when we frustrated with one thing and then influence our happiness, then lead to procrastination. So that's why we, when we have this kind of illnesses in our journey as a postgraduate student, so this influence the progress, okay, of our PhD. So it is normal that we get frustrated, okay, or maybe we face some obstacle in our life, but don't make it long lasting, because that is only temporary. So that's why we be patient, then do something that can overcome the obstacle. Remember that our reaction back to our emotion. So that is the most important things.